Hi, I'm the Wandering Newbie. A little behind schedule. Well, let's do this thing. First event of the day, we got Entrusted Pride, which is a crisis court. It's about Angeal. That's about it. Again, crisis court is one of those blockages of knowledge, absences of knowledge in my brain, in the fantasy series here. But yeah, let's hit this up with the ultimate, with the typical limitations. So a fun thing, I'm going to grab these soul breaks mainly for the buffs, but everything in this week's event, in these fights, pierces or does something one way or the other. Oh, excuse me, I'm a little burpy. I literally got done eating like an hour ago. And as always, now that we have probably a couple people shuffled on in here, we'll make the standard note about when, you know, I'm having internet trouble, so on and so forth. Hey, I'm just going to power through this if frames start dropping. And I'm going to try not to slow down too much, especially now that I'm behind schedule today. But yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen. The weird thing is, with all these issues that have been happening lately, weirdly enough, you know, again, knocking on wood, the record keeper days seem to barely be affected. Which is both a blessing and a curse. It's nice to have streams that have been reliable, but at the same time, I'd rather my other streams also not have problems. Anyway. Did a big sippy there. So, as I stated at the start of this, whoa, cool move. The major gimmick of this event is, what if the attack's pierced? That was the wrong move. That's fine. We'll be bouncing out. Did I bring a dispel to this? It's fine because I had the melee people going and the physical people, so it's gonna balance out. That's right. That's what these guys do. They actually do a flat attack buff. I might have to modify a later party. They're powering up, which is the scary part of this. It still seems even with the power up, they aren't too scary. Yeah, we're fine. What if he had killed him? How great would that have been? As always with multi-target fights, they split the HP, so generally AoE does help out a ton. This is painkiller ass music. Yeah. Alright, yes, for this one. No. For later one. Not this one. Slight variation on the party. Still need that 50-50 buff. Nah, we can go with the old-fashioned good boy. It's been a while since I just grabbed Onion Knight. Generally stemming from the fact that we need protected shell. A Griffin. So Griffin here, for this level of the fight, that haste is actually probably pretty real, all things considered. I didn't bring a counter to that haste because I figured it wouldn't be needed. At least I based it off the future fights thought process. To this level, though, maybe. Alright. Doesn't seem to be moving too fast. Though, we're going to dispel anyway, because we want to remove those defensive buffs. Alright, let's see if we can get some real ass numbers out of Evil Swing. Real enough. No, Sage. I started late. So here's the other notable thing about this fight. It doesn't just spell go. Now, you don't need, because everything is piercing, you don't need your protected shell, so just a haste saga is really all you need to counteract the Dispelga. But, you know, notable. Good to remember that he does that. Yeah, generally haste is negligible, but there's always those like 1 in a million chances of like, for some reason this boss is 500 speed, and you're like, that's weird. But okay, I'll believe it. Oh, he has Dispel. Well, so it goes. Alright, I got an evil swing lined up here. Wait, hold off on using that just a bit. Does have some fire attacks. If you happen to have any fire accessories at this level, worth using those. Looks like our attack buffs have worn off, but he's almost dead at this point. We can break him with the tiny numbers. 10,000 is still 10,000 damage. Okay, now for semi-real fights. Right, yes. As I stated, 9 times out of 10, a haste doesn't matter, but there are edge case scenarios. All I'm saying is that if a boss does a haste, I generally check to see what his speed is. Because I remember not doing that once and then getting my entire ass destroyed. I mainly bring Krill whenever it's a summon fight because she's one of the few Super Soul Break mag buffs that I have. powerful. Yeah. That's fine. You get the healing. Skip. Why did I even do that? Why did I just spend 5 hours or a half hour explaining about these fights? Just reflexively windmill slam into the wall button. Oh, and I didn't bring the attack down. Well, alright, note that for people that are watching this on YouTube. Just, you know, your general bullet point, stick it in the map right there. You want to bring attack down dance to this, since they can buff each other's attack. As such. And all their stuff is piercing. You want to be able to counteract that. Fortunately, I'm a dumbass. Seems with proper mitigation, well not mitigation, but proper debuffing the other way in a back row team, their buffs might not be too important. The other thing to note is that they can, we didn't see it during the ultimate fight, but they can inflict blind and silence. Not exactly sure how that pertains, but it seems like, you know, as is the normal fare of things, a properly equipped summon team can kind of tear these multi-target fights apart pretty quickly. I would venture a guess that 5-star summons would be able to handle this pretty well. Not really real fun. This is another thing where I cross my legs again, and I've been like, I guess like putting strain on my knee by doing that. Who's on the banner anyway? Angel, I'm fairly sure. And if I had to guess, probably some more Crisis Core people. Zach's probably on there. Actually, it's probably Angel, Kate Sith, and Sid. And Zach. Okay, I was correct on the Zach call. He's just not in the event. More power. Just sort of trace my finger on my keyboard across something weird on the keyboard. Like a crumb of some sort. Yeah, it is weird that Genesis isn't on the banner, but I think he got an awakening last event, so they were probably trying to get some awakenings out for older characters. Alright, Bird. Biggest thing about Bird. Bird hits like a fucking truck. Like, bullet point, biggest thing about Bird is try to have as many people in the back row as possible. The Bird's multi-hit stuff really hits weirdly hard. And it's, frankly, it's because everything's piercing. Yeah, Gao's here. The continuing my effort of I need to throw some like fourth string people into these videos. I have 0 tech for Gao, but I'll run Gao. So that was on back row. We'll see that hit front row at some point. Like, I hope we don't go this whole fight and nothing ever hits front row. Yeah, so there we go. Look at that. Now, mind you, Gao only has 7,000 HP, but that's pretty standard across the party outside of Tyro. Bird just hits like a truck. Can keep powering up his move. I brought this in wind on Fang. I think it would have some use. But as it turns out, Fang just hits the damage cap anyway. Now, the flip side of Bird is, while Bird hits hard and does do the whole dispelling thing to kind of slow you down a little bit every now and then, Bird isn't fast. It's not aggressive. So, though you get these situations of, I just took like half my health in one hit across the party, Bird gives you enough time to recover. Bird does do wall, which is kind of annoying. that bar to fill a little bit. He does also have this one fire attack, but it's kind of middling. It's whatever. The thing is, though, and I'm not utilizing it due to methods I'm playing through this fight, the multi-hits, while really rough and doing a lot of damage, do build a ton of meter, since it's like 6 hits to 1 person, or to 3 people, so not too hard to blow up if you actually have soul breaks to utilize. It's funny that you joke about Birb with a Crisis Core team. I got pretty close. You don't know that Kate Sith wasn't there. Aerith is there. No, for what I'm doing, Hyper Mighty G is actually the best. Believe it or not, I don't need anything fancy, I just need another 30 buff. Oh, that's 20. That's entirely the wrong number. 10. Yeah, unfortunately, because I'm starting late, I'll probably just be doing this, rolling directly into brush, and then rolling directly into banner review, so that I don't go wildly over time. I know. I'm messing around with the idea of maybe getting a midweek stream set up of just throwing myself at a couple of the rougher fights in the game. Trying to make some progress. Oh no, Aerith is extremely there. There is a famous scene. There is a moment where Zack is facing down Bahamut Fury on the phone, or gets a phone call from Aerith, and literally says, "Hey, Aerith? Yeah, give me a second. I'm in the middle of something." Turns, looks at Bahamut Fury. Y'all, alright, so the overarching story of Crisis Core is really fucking dumb, but the humor is on point. Constantly. Anytime Crisis Core attempts to do humor, it is fantastic. Bird up. Yes. I'm gonna end this bird's entire career. Now you may be asking, Newbie, why did you bring Dispel on Katith and not like on Angeal, who can clearly use it and it does not hamper him in any way? And to that I would say, shut up. What would be casting animation for Katith? Kerbal shouldn't is fine. But what about... Got him. Oh boy, here we go. Damn, not there yet. Pocket. Wasn't actually being like slightly more aggressive? Yeah, Bird, really fair. I really don't have too much of a problem with Bird. Stop crossing my legs. I just instinctively cross them up. So bad for my knee. No. I kill. My game. He gives barrier plus Regenga. What a good move. What a completely solid survivability move. All right. Now for the rough stuff. Okay, so here's my bullet point after doing a couple of these now. As far as doing these minimalistically, or maybe going into these without having a ton of tools. Hey, the Forsaken version of these fights are way fucking harder because you're set roaming warriors. I would kill for a culinary curiosity or something like that. Instead of having to throw together this team that shouldn't work. Also, I feel as though these expect you to have a magicite or two. That said, here we have a party that is fairly minimalistic, only BSBs or equivalent. That should get pretty close to clearing this, if not actually clearing it. So, great setup for anybody who doesn't have a ton of stuff. I feel like my body's falling apart. My knees bothering me, but also my arm, like my elbow. I must have slept weird or something because my elbow is killing me all today. Anywho. Ooh, wait. There's one correction I need to make to this party. Can't do that here. You don't need double cast white. You're not using white magic. Oh, shit. Ah, PS. It's fine. That should have auto-updated. Yes. Okay, cool. Okay, so bullet point number 1 for taking this boss down with any amount of content under your belt. Mug Bloodlust. The boss does a attack defense buff that is actually pretty substantial. Mug Bloodlust is the only thing that can counter it outside of Soul Breaks. I, on one run, did not destroy that buff. He did his physical move and wiped my entire party. Another minor thing of note, the boss only has one physical attack. It's a pretty substantial physical attack, but there's only one. So, if you need to forego a Protect or Shelga of one way or the other, ditch Protect. Has a lot of gravity moves, so try and time your big heals around that. For instance, that one happens on turn 3 every time, so I always sort of wait for that to pop off. I'm going to be utilizing Ignis's first 2 casts of his ability 2 in order to just make Ayame a crit machine. It works out pretty well. Drill, one of the nastier moves that he does. I get a chase off that one. Damn. Though you shouldn't. Sometimes you just gotta pray for that. That lucky chaser, hell yeah! There is a plan here. Unfortunately, I'm bringing her for the free chain to prove a point, but Fran is not a very good imperiler of all things, considering that was like her first gimmick. And now we play the waiting game. Another thing of note, keep your main healer with a way to remove, you know, both, or a way to Asuna is what I'm trying to get at here. And keep them in the center position. This is very important. Okay. There. Boss does not get to do any dumb buffs at me. Boss does do a haste buff, but it is a boss where that does not matter. I just feel that bears mentioning always. I'm going to do a round of debuffs before my next move here. The boss is going to hit people with drill, which is, you know, big damage. Twice in a row. And then he does the annoying thing. There it is. Ultimate Thunder. It's paralyzed. 100% chance. Unavoidable. The boss also does an interrupt every now and again. That is resistible, so slap interrupt resist on the people that you very much don't want to be interrupted. Come on, double up. Yeah! Okay. You'll love to see it. Speaking of double. Finally. It's fine. I'm godlike. Alright. Second Ultimate Thunder. That hits everyone. Or not everyone. That hits 2 and 4. Hey, just have Enkidu. That's my advice. Hey, weird. Enkidu, still fucking great. Just checks the watch. Weird. Enkidu still makes the donuts. Yeah. Ignis got delayed enough that he dropped. It's alright, that's gravity. We can deal. Just gotta be good. So, it should be noted that healing and damage has gone down a little bit, because at this point the boss has used an attack magic mind debuff on us. We are also getting to the point where Wall is gone. 100%. Wall ain't here anymore. It's fine. That's not fine. It's about to do the everything again. Yep. Oh boy. That's not good. Oh, just gotta be nice. Oh wait, no, I thought I gave you instant. Oh, the thing refreshed. Oh, yes! Get there. No. Alright. It's fine. So remember what I said earlier about, like, hey, if I didn't have to slot in a bunch of weird things for this. Still, you can get pretty deep into it with a setup like that. It'll make some donuts. Get you a majority of the motes. On a poverty comp? Yeah, exactly. One of these days, I'll be the Forsaken one. Really what it boils down to is if I could bring any of my 50% party-wide buffs and have them fit into the team, it'd be way easier. But they can't. So instead I have to bring like 5 characters doing 50 different things. Now, this team, only swapping out 2 characters and allowing for higher up soul breaks. 3 characters. I swapped out 3 characters. Oh, it's a big boy. Loki, I don't know why Barrett saying big boy is the funniest goddamn thing to me, but it's 2020 and here we are. Now, the general idea with this party setup is fairly similar. You know, we still have, you know, down here, we have an Imperialer, we have a DPS, Ignis is here buffing, we have a Dancer that can do healing. These are all the same setup. The difference here being we had a 50% buff from a 2.0 chain, we have USB healing, and we have better DPS. The fight is going to start the same way. And, you know, of course, the boss hits a little harder. I will admit, I wasn't able to fully test this team. I just put it together and went, that should work. We'll see how right or wrong I was on that subject. Ooh, didn't expect you to get a turn immediately. So that is a 70% reduction now, instead of 50%, I believe it was in the lower level version. And of course, Selfie is going to be, you know, something that we hold on to, her moves, so that if things ever get, he's fine. She's gotta be good. Having real appreciable damage from our lower people, from our Imperialer. That's where my brain was going with that. Is going to help a lot. Hold position. Be ready for transition. And bam. Fire that off. Fire that off. And just get back to doing damage. We need to get wall off again at some point. Should have had you do it. Oh wait, no, I already recasted it. No, I'm smart, actually. It's fine. He didn't get it off though, which hurts. I'm going to shit. Oh, he's dead. Well. If I don't succeed here, it's mainly going to be due to a failure. Jesus. Okay. I know what the move here is. Yeah, your Ultimate Thunder. It's fine. Is he overdrive right now? He is. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Well. This boss is a lot. Yeah, this isn't gonna happen. Well, at this point, it's mainly a matter of execution. I didn't hit buttons in the right order at the right times. I was frames off on certain things. You know, we saw it. I don't have the time to attempt again. But hey, the work's there. It's really, as with a lot of these, and sort of does simulate that that magicite mentality of everything's fine until it's not. Poverty builds, that's what we're here to make. Anywho. Hey, if I could have kept that party up, they probably would have made it. Anywho. Hello. Hello?
Yeah, sorry. Just was doing some visits with the headset.
Okay. Damn. I saw it there. Alright, hold up.
Trouble in your virtual world.
There we go. We got two banners. So first up, Grim Awakening. We got temporarily raise magic and mind of all allies 50%. Grant haste, reduce delay of magic for 2 turns, temporarily increase magic attacks 30% probably. And Grant Awoken Fortune Teller mode triggers instantly. Grant unlimited use of Dancer and Bard abilities. Reduce delay of the user's Dancer and Bard abilities by the rank of the ability used. Cause Dancer and Bard abilities to trigger a follow-up. Lucky Moogle. Restoring HP to damage allies automatically. Restoring HP and automatically healing addition. Okay, so it's HP shield, 1.5k, or restoring HP to damage allies and automatically. And restoring 1 ability used to each ally. So I'm gonna guess that is.
This is really powerful for a Magic team.
Yeah,
especially considering you get, like, all of the effects on the Chaser are good, because HP stock is just like, okay, well, you'll whiff every once in a while when you want to heal and get the ether, but the HP shield is going to keep you standing until you get another one.
Yeah. Yeah, ridiculously good for Magic teams. Especially, summoners who can run out of abilities pretty easily.
Also, the fact that Kate Sith can basically run interference on those heals with Passion Salsa, and that'll just keep the party standing while you're trying to get those things off.
Yeah. Really good. 100% solid.
Yeah, like, also, just the fact that it is running off of Dancer and Bard entirely means, like, K-Sith gets to just run the full gamut of support from the back, and everything's fine. This is a really good support awakening.
Yep. Ultimate Sword, Pride and Ambition. Deal 15 physical win, holy, non-elemental, attacks to one target, trigger Awoken Pride mode, cap break 1, enter linked materia mode. Cause win and holy abilities used by the user to grant all allies a barrier that reduces 40% damage, and grant an additional effect if Cloud or Zack is in the party.
Let's see, Link and Materia mode is just switch draw for holy and win, because that's his thing.
I figured as much.
Dreams of Dignity, is the 40% reduction barrier chaser. Better than most in that format, just because it is able to hit in 2 elements.
Okay. And what's this additional effect?
Additional effect is 30% physical damage boost to the user if Cloud or Zack are there.
Rad. Yeah. It's good.
Yeah, really good defensive, and, like, the fact that Cloud and Zack are the conditions for getting 30% more physical damage is just like, Cloud and Zack are probably going to be there either way, so this is just really good across the board.
Dreams of Space. 15 jump. Wind non-elemental to 1 target, temporarily fuse user with the power of wind. Enter Awoken Wind mode. Enter Flight of Intrigue mode. Cause Dragoon abilities used by the user to increase the damage of Dragoon abilities for the user and all allies in the same row a moderate amount. Hey, Sky High is weird. It has this, like, really weird effect to it. Have you considered Sky High's weird bonus damage that it gets? It's weird.
It's fine. I don't really see anything that has, like,
specific.
Yeah, it's not specific synergy like Ricard.
Yeah. Like, what I'm saying is this is clearly trying to be like, hey, Sky High?
Sky High's good.
But even without this bonus effect, it's still very good. And there's enough. You can get enough copies of 6-star abilities that you could run like a whole Dragoon team. It's weird and kind of neat in that way.
Yeah, the niche stuff is good, and the fact that, like, Ricard is there with his tech as well helps it along. So
yeah. Arcane Zack, 20 small, 1 big. Arcane Angel, 3 big hit, but wind and holy, of course, to, that's his move. Arcane Sid, 3 big hit, jump. Notable. There are some of those weird niche interactions that say, hey, be jump. Lazy Mirage. 10 physical wind, non-elemental, temporarily fuses with the power of wind, temporarily cause wind abilities used by the user to reduce the delay of physical attacks of all allies in the front row for 1 turn, and cause wind abilities used by the user to trigger a follow-up. Swirling Storm doing 6 hits, so seemed like just a flat chaser. So yeah, speed tech with chaser.
Zach gets in wind.
Yeah. Which he doesn't have that many ways to do. Like, okay, I'm glossing over this pretty quickly, but this is solid. This is very good.
This is speed combo 2.0, but the fact that Zach has so, like, he just doesn't have any other sources of in wind, I don't think.
Yep. Random summon. Instantly grant Regenga, Last Stand, and a barrier that reduces 1 attack by 70%.
And I'm guessing this is Glint Plus.
No, this is a USB.
Oh, whack. Those are some very powerful effects for what it's worth. And the fact that it is instant cast means it's just like, okay, well, you're going to hit me with a big thing. Better kill me in 1 shot.
Yep. It's pretty effective for what it wants to do.
Like, you really could do some shenanigans with this, I'm thinking, just because the 75% instant 75% reduction barrier on the party, and it's on a USB, means that you could just funnel meter into Kate Sith and have him just tank everything.
Yeah. And, or, consider, Last Stand is also attached to this.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways that you can approach this. It's cool.
Yep. Here's the Glint Plus. Instantly, defense resistance, mind crush, and remove delay from the user for 1 turn.
Yep.
There
Good
is
stuff.
enough of this going around that this is pretty fittable on a lot of teams.
The crush and the instant cast is good on Crimbleshins in particular because he's a buff boy. That's what he does.
With his various USBs, BSBs, whatever, he can fit on a lot of different teams. And Jill gets a instant 6 Wind Holy, grant allies Last Stand.
Also interesting.
So damage, but with Last Stand attached to it.
Like, I really like Angeal's weird support and damage gimmick. He's very good at keeping the party alive while he's doing damage.
It works very well for him. Whenever I get around to doing 7 Torment again, I'll probably slot him in for that USB that I have.
Yeah, Rager Sloth is really good.
Rocket Jump is instant. Wait, instantly deal jump wind damage to 1 enemy and grant. This is probably like 6 hits. And grant empowered infusion wind. So.
It's actually 1 single range jump attack. It's an overflow hit.
Nice. Neat. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, good Magicite buster.
Yeah, that's solid. Just slam into a boy. Powered infusion for Zach. And again, one moment, I'm in Samaja. Oh, excuse me. This is really useful for Zach because, as stated before, he doesn't have a lot of ways to in element. A lot of his soul breaks imperil instead. So, Zach wants this. Zach really wants this.
You know what else is whack? Zach has 2 glint like 3 glints, 2 glint pluses, and these 2 glint pluses do exactly the same thing from what I'm seeing.
Huh. And Jill has instantly reduced delay of the user's actions for 1 turn. Temporarily grant the user linked materia mode too, so this is just his switch draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, and powered infusion, battery on what ability to use. Yeah.
I'm glad they're putting those on glints.
Yes, it's very smart. Switch Draw is really good, and Jill really needs in elements from some source because outside of this and his Awakening, he doesn't get too many of those. And Clear Takeoff is in Power Infusion when to sit. Remove delay for 1 turn.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That's it. There's actually no LMRs on this banner. It is hyper focused on these 3 characters.
I mean, I would say that it's a better banner for that, and the fact that everything, like, I can't find any stinkers on this one.
Nope. It's solid across the board. I think Kate Sith stuff is the outlier.
I honestly like Kate Sith, I like Crimbleshin stuff as well. Because I like that USB, and I like his Awakening as well.
Mm-hmm.
Even his Glint is really good
right,
because
sorry.
like, he's
There's
a buff.
four characters on this banner.
4 characters. Okay, yeah. I would say, like, Sid is more the outlier than anyone else because he's just, like... I mean, he's a good Dragoon. You really need a good Wind Dragoon team in order to do the gimmick, right?
Yep.
Oh, also Wizard Eyes have been down for a while.
Really?
Yeah, and it just never came back.
Really?
There we go.
Anyway, banner 2. Cloud's Dark Awakening.
Cloud's
15
rude.
physical dark, non-elemental. Temporarily fuses with Tower of Dark. Set crit hit chance to 100%. Break cap 2. Whenever... hold up. Heavy, moderate, heavy, temporarily cause heavy physical abilities used by user to grant 1 charge when used. So, doesn't have a way to generate free heavy charge. So, we'll have to still cycle between a charge move and a spender move, but we do eventually get those 6-star spender moves that do the big stuff. Mind you, the dark 6-star one is the Imperial one.
Yeah.
And he's going to have to swap back and forth, but he can do good work with this nonetheless.
It's still some good stuff. Like Dark Heavy has a lot of versatility to it.
Yep. It does exactly what you need to do. It makes Cloud do big dark damage. And that's about it.
Yeah.
Proud Heritage. 15 physical dark. 15 physical win, non-elemental to 1 target, temporarily increase the crit hit damage of all allies and enter Awoken Wind mode. Cause every 3rd wind ability they use to trigger a follow-up Hard Blast, dealing 6 physical wind and Imperil 1. So, no, I need to double check something real quick. Did our boy here have... No, he didn't have one on the first banner too, right? No. Okay. Just wanted to make sure of that. So, as I stated before, the weird thing about Zac just doesn't get in elements. Here's Zac's Awakening. It has no element. It focuses on imperiling instead.
Yeah. Because Hard Blast is a 6 single attacks with Imperil Wind, 10%. Yeah.
And yeah, it's every 3rd ability, so you'll maybe get a couple of those off, but this is meant to be cycled with some of his other moves as well.
Kind of cycled with this chain as well, but like they also wanted to make sure that even if you weren't using him strictly for his chain, since there are other chain users out there these days, you can still bring that critical damage home with you.
Well, the reason it's every third ability is because remember, he's celerity user. You can fire off celerity abilities really fast.
Yeah, you can just tag him with Flash Disaster and he'll get that out real quick.
Yeah. Dark Thrill. Oh. Recreant Sun. Deal 15 ranged physical dark, non-elemental to one target, temporarily fuse user's power dark, and enter Awoken Dark mode. Cause every second dark ability used by the user to trigger a follow-up ground dive, dealing 8 ranged physical dark, non-elemental.
A little bit weird considering that Rufus is a Dark Imperial at heart, and this doesn't really facilitate that. It's just like more damage, but it still works.
Yep. It'll do the job for damage, but as you said, it's a little weird of a turn ways for Rufus, who was an Imperialer up to this point. Avalanche Scheme. 15 ranged physical fire wind, non-elemental, temporarily infuse user with the power of fire, temporarily grant Awoken Fire mode. Enter Kindling Rage mode, which causes every 4th fire ability used by a user to trigger a follow-up Flame Bomber, removing Kindling Rage mode. I'm going to need to know what that is.
Flame Bomber is 15 single ranged attacks and removes Kindling Rage. So it's basically like you get him up to that 4th hit, and then he pops off, and that's it.
Alright. Plain and simple. It's damage.
It's damage, but like it unloads its damage up front, is what I was trying to say. Also, just like Barrett is a Machinist, so he can approach this in a variety of ways.
Mm-hmm. Mako's Cannon. 10 range physical dark, non-elemental. Imperil 2 causes every second dark ability used by a user trigger or follow-up Dark Ray, dealing dark damage and imperiling 1 level further. As we said,
Imperil Dark 2.0. There's your Imperil for Rufus.
He's an Imperil boy. That's what he has always been. That's what he will continue to be, except for that one soul break.
In fairness, the chat did point out that like the 6-star Imperil ability works perfectly on him for that purpose.
True. Idle Rage. 10 physical holy wind. Temporarily set the user's hit chance to 100%. Grant all allies a barrier that reduces damage 70%. 2 attacks. And grant them Jenga.
We've been pretty much singing the praises of this one since it came out because it is very interesting and defensive soul break for a damage dealer.
Yeah. It
also is a 50% damage reduction barrier. Still very strong.
I said, how is that only 50? Anyway. The damage reduction barriers are numbers all over the place.
Yeah.
Anyway. It's good.
Yeah.
It's pretty solid damage increase when used. And also pretty good survivability on the team on top of that.
This is Regenga on somebody who is not a healer, so that's already pretty good.
Yeah. Anonymous Blade. Temporarily grant Empowered Infusion Dark and remove the delay from the user's actions for 1 turn.
Yeah, Rude Combo Glint for Rude Cloud.
Temporarily grant Empowered Infusion Fire and remove the action, or reduce the delay for 2 turns. So that you can get some of that Machinist work off. Instantly deal 6 Physical Dark. Temporarily grant Empowered Infusion Dark. Gotta go Dark. Significantly more physical damage when using a sword.
Cloud has a lot of fucking legend materials.
Yeah. I like this because it's versatile.
Yeah.
Small chance for offensive wind abilities to trigger twice. Zach needed this like 2 years ago. Small chance for offensive dark abilities to trigger twice. It's
good on Rufus because Rufus's dive is like 40% chance to imperil dark off of dark abilities.
Yeah. Small chance for offensive holy and wind abilities to trigger twice. Way too good for what it's worth.
Like, he needs it. Like, he goes holy and wind, so it's fine by me.
Small chance for Machinus abilities to trigger twice. Again, he is kind of slotted to be a fire imperiler now. And that's it. Banner 2, also really solid. Just a bit more scattershot on its focus. There's dark, there's wind, there's fire, but still really good. Still a 2 5-star on the 11 pool. So like, hey, we're starting to get to the point where like, hey, there's 4 awakenings on the Banner 2. This isn't the worst thing to pull on anymore.
No, absolutely not. I would say that if you were going for wind specifically, you might want to check out Banner 1. Otherwise, check out Banner 2 if you're trying to grind out your 7 cast.
Yep. And then, but of course.
It's that time again.
I have 1 billion tickets and I don't know where to spend them. I mean, the answer is wherever like it ends up being my realm is weak. But, like, where is that? I don't fucking know. It's not an easy thing that you can figure out at a glance anymore.
I remember when people were tugging their collars every time they ended up getting like a free or otherwise giveaway pull on FF7 because FF7's pull was way too fucking huge.
They're not wrong.
Yeah, until they curated it, you could land a lot of stinkers on 7.
Well,
big.
That might be dupe out of 10. It's a dupe, baby.
Damn. I didn't realize you had her USB 1.
Yeah, I just don't use her that much, and also because like some of the usefulness of this has been deleted by the fact that it's attack defense. I used to use her on what's it called? Liquid Flame.
Yeah. It's just mostly like Clear Tranquil is back, baby. Oh.
Oh, this is gonna be so much fucking easier. Anywho, that's a stream. I'm gonna end this YouTube video.